It's the final love song. Hey guys, and welcome back to our Island NA2 or Island 2 NA podcast. Goodness, it's been a while, and we're almost near the semifinals. Thank goodness. So Aneesa has a top seven. She's delusional because there's no seven.
I don't
uh,
know why I like literally before we started the recording, I was like, oh, I have a top seven. I'm like, wait a minute. I just said that without thinking because in my brain, I'm like, this group should be seven. They don't want to compete with Baby Monster though. I don't care. I think they should.
go tell us your seven.
So I'll just name them instead of showing my screen. So number
Yeah.
one, still Jungeun. Two
Mm.
is Saebi. Three is Fuko. Four, my five, Jeemin. And six is Jiyoon. And if in my imaginary world where it's seven, I would love to put either Sarang or Koko in there. Koko isn't really like a top pick for me because I just don't really like her singing tone that
Mhm.
much. So between the
No,
two of them,
I don't think people are standing her for her singing. It's like
yeah,
everything else but that. And I think
yeah,
that's it. Not that, and I say that not as a hater. I say that as like that's just tea. Like
yeah. And
her
when I say her
visuals
singing
of
tone, I
dance,
also mean her rapping tone, like just her
her
vocal
vocal,
performance tone. I just don't like overall. So
right, right.
yeah, but I feel like she's like probably a lock-in. I don't know, anything can happen, but I feel like they really want her
So
in.
someone broke it down.
Yeah.
They said most likely going to debut is Saebi and Jimin, and it's like probably going to debut is Jungeun and Jiyoon, and then it's like the maybes, which are
Mhm.
like are they like underdogs like Mai and and Saebi, not Mai and Sarang and
Gyuri too, I
Gyuri,
think, right? Yeah.
and then they're like will not debut is the girl from like Street Girl Fighter. Like she will not debut.
Yeah.
They make it very her and they think that
Juwon.
Yuju isn't gonna. But I feel like if she gets a good edit, it might tip it.
Yuju?
Yeah, but here's the deal. Here's the deal.
She got one more episode.
She it, international fans like her. I don't. Here's my thing. Why does the producers they don't care? They don't care anymore. They're just like very biased, and they
Yeah, I
let you
think
know.
I feel like in part one they really liked Yuju, and as they should. And then in part two, they kept doing like this Yuju versus Koko thing, and now everyone's like, "Oh, it's either or. We can't have both." And then now it feels
No,
like everyone dropped Yuju, and I'm just like, "What happened?"
here's my
She's
thing.
great, and they set her up. I don't care what anyone says. I think that they set her up with that microphone. That's what I think.
It's not even. It's not. You shouldn't even. You choose competition is that dancer girl that's not getting in.
Yeah,
The real competition is in my mind Coco versus Mai in my mind,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
and I would prefer Mai. Here's my thing: bird's eye view, looking from the top down. Mai will set them on like that visual that in her kind of. Now, do I think like here's how I feel. Like I feel like center material is Saebi or Jeemin, but I feel like Saebi would is my preferred center just because I that panorama that was it. Like she was that girl. But Jimin, I feel like okay, face of the group, Jimin, center, Sabi, it girl, Mai. That's how I feel. That's
Mhm.
how I feel. Main vocal, Jungeun. But I just have to throw that in there. Lead vocal, Jiyoon or Jiyoon. That and then what's that? How many girls I've named? Four, and then y'all can have the last two. Y'all can have the last two. Y'all can have those last two spots. Y'all can have y'all Sarang or whatever. Y'all can do whatever y'all want with that. Because at that point, if I get my Sabi and Jungun, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be like, I won. I
Yeah,
won I-LAND.
yeah.
That little fox person is gonna be like Scooby Doo, and it's like, who has it been? And I'm gonna take my fox mask off. It's been me playing puppeteer behind the scenes, brand style this whole time.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Mhm.
so we have some performances to review. We have Four Walls, we have Money, and we have Spicy and that Beyonce song. I was
Yeah.
about to say, oh yeah, and that Taeyong song. Why do I feel like if I were a boy and it's not fine having the same vibe?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I can see that.
like I feel like Taeyeon heard Beyonce. She's like, I'm gonna do that, but I can't say
Hmm.
those words. It's not fine. Anyway, do you have
Yeah.
anything else to say before we get into these performances?
Um, I don't think so because pretty much all of my comments are about the performances at now that we've talked about briefly about the biases of the producers. I'll probably bring it
Can't.
back up, but
I
yeah.
can't stand them. I can't.
Yeah.
It's like they'll
I like how
see
at first I was like, oh, I agree with everything they said. And as soon as part two started, I was like, what is going on?
in the
I
beginning. I was
think
like,
they just started to
yeah.
be extremely biased on the second half of the show. Whereas in the beginning, they're like still learning the girls. So there wasn't that
Here's my
much room
thing.
for
Y'all
bias.
got a whole girl group to make over in the Black Label. Do that mess behind the scenes over there. But the thing about it, what kills me is like it's like we see very competent people. I'm like, why y'all saying she ain't give nothing when they were the vocally inclined one? Or why are we playing games when this one raps better than the other one? Or why are we playing games when this one is more competent of a dancer, even though the competent dancer is not getting in? I think it isn't happening for her.
Hmm.
It isn't happening for her. But
Yeah.
you know what? So Yoon from G Idol didn't get into IOI, and it was
Hmm.
okay. She
Hmm.
made it out the trenches.
Yep.
Anyway, let's let's
Let's
get
start
into
with
this.
four walls.
For walls.
The first stage is FX's four walls, and the members are Fuko, Gyuri, and Ryusara. And yeah, should I start or do you want to go first?
You can start if you want to.
Yeah, okay. I have a lot of comments on this stage. So, first of all, I think the more that I see Gyuri, the more I'm like, okay, you're really good. And if you get into this group, I wouldn't be mad as
Yeah.
long as Jungeun is still in this group.
hmm
Yeah, because she's very talented. But like as far as the overall stage, I love their outfits and the stage set and everything, but
Yeah.
not for this song.
I was
I wish,
wondering. I'm like, why are we in Google Don's debut stage
yes.
vibes? I mean, I was like, do I love that they're invested in these stages and giving production value? Yes. Honestly, I feel like, and they've been saying it, they're like, we want to change the concept of these songs.
Mhm.
But where do I get Little Mermaid, like I got treasures and all that with four walls? It's okay to just do four walls,
Mhm.
or do you know what, or do like a kind of like disco or colors. I don't know, but
Ooh, the disco would have been great, especially like I think Crystal or Victoria when they were doing
mhm.
the Four Walls live stage. They had like that style pants, and it was gorgeous. It was so good.
Even though it's a house song, like
Hmm.
I don't know, but am I complaining? No, I just don't see the correlation.
Yeah, yeah,
That's my only thing. And they try to like have the ocean sound in the beginning, and I'm like, okay, but it's giving me modern, modern chocolate. It's
yes,
giving me Google Don debut
yeah,
stage.
yeah.
But I want to add on that because I see how Fuko got the lower score, even though
Really.
vocally, okay, I get it, but I don't agree. I get
Hmm.
it. They're going based on showmanship, and they're
Hmm.
going based off of, you see, Fuko has never been the most emotive facially in this competition. She hasn't. And that's, to be honest, that's
Only
okay.
exception is I Will Always Love You. I think that
Yeah.
was one of her best stages, I think.
Yeah, I agree. But
Yeah.
like overall, like she's kind of like, she's, to me, she's like, I'm stable. I sing. I'm consistent. Like I keep the pace. You need people like that. But
Hmm.
she was surrounded by two of the most emotive members. That's how I
Hmm.
feel. Because Sarang is not the vocally inclined. Like she's
Hmm.
she's becoming a decent idol singer,
Hmm.
but like she excels in performance.
Hmm.
And Gyuri, to me, she made me see her in this stage.
Hmm.
She actually sound good.
Oh, she sounded really good.
And I'm like, maybe because this is the first time she's actually getting a lot more lines to sing.
Yeah.
So I feel like she had to like push.
I think in part one, she was the one who carried it might have been the twice stage. I can't remember,
Yeah,
but one
she
of the first
was,
stages. Yeah. But
but she
there's a
wasn't
lot going
singing,
on that
singing. Yeah,
stage.
she
Yeah.
Jiyoon was singing, and she had the main vocal. And
Hmm.
now thinking back to it, they should have just given her main vocal and center, and it might have been a completely different
It's hard,
situation.
but I think like it just reminds me of what you were saying when earlier you mentioned that Jiyoon is a great vocalist, but it depends on the type of song that they're singing. Like you have to put the right vocalist in the right spots for her to
Spot, right,
shine. Like
right,
Rose is a very good vocalist, but she
in the
can't
right.
sing the same lines that Jennie sings, not necessarily for Blackpink songs, you know?
No, no. And
Yeah.
but Jiyoon's a great lead vocal to me.
Hmm.
She's a great lead vocal. Jungeun has. Let me stop being biased. Even though,
True. We talking about for a while.
even though I not being biased is real. That being said, Gyuri made me see her today. I see,
Hmm.
or I'm starting to see what y'all see. Even though some of y'all lineups are whack, y'all be putting Gyuri and Sarang. I'm like, what are y'all trying to make?
I will say that I have to defend Sarang this stage because a lot of people have been hating on her recently, but I disagree because from my perspective, she had the half a second vocal hiccup, but she didn't let that affect the rest of her stage. So I feel like this is a good show. I don't know why, but personally, I feel like recently, ever since seeing the thread, the Le Sserafim thread, where everyone's like, oh,
Yeah,
here's all their Coachella mistakes, I'm just like, okay, when you put the thread back to back, it looks bad. But if you actually watch the
the
full
full thing.
stage,
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal. That's how I felt about
Also,
this, you know?
how I here's the deal. If I ever were to do any type of dance cover for Islet, I'm gonna be and I'm gonna be her. Here's my thing.
I
How
covered
y'all
her
gonna
part.
as you should. You picked the right one. But
Yep.
let me tell you something. Like y'all giving her so many passes and Sarang, in my opinion, was vocally sound enough. Like no, like it wasn't even that big of a crack to be a big deal. Like people in America have some minor voice crack. Let me tell you, we have Jennifer Lopez for Pete's sakes, and she sold how many albums? And half of the albums she wasn't even singing on those songs. So
Mhm.
please, these young ladies are singing live, doing everything, and we over here in our bedroom, so beds and our sofas and our whatever, oh, how dare blah, blah, blah. Look, we can kiki all we want to, but these people have a lot more professional talent in terms of stage presence and entertainment abilities than us mere people. Even if you're a dance coverist or whatever, y'all aren't singing live and y'all not training and y'all just kiki and then y'all make your video and they go about it. These people are trying to make a job. So we have to
Mhm.
do tip our hats off these people, and especially considering that this stage was like a good stage. It was anything
Mhm.
above average. Like if it's more than a high school or middle school like showcase,
Mhm.
there's something there.
Yeah,
That's how
exactly.
I feel.
Exactly.
So get off her back. Do I? If I like voting for this girl? No, but I'm also not blind. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's talented. I I see her like on a produce. She would do so well on
Oh
like
yeah.
a girls' planet. Like
That's how I feel
I
about Ryu and I was about to say Ryu and Sarang. Sarang and Gyuri. Like both of them, if this was
yeah,
girls,
a
if this was
different
like not
show.
a Teddy group, they would
Yes,
be easily
in
like
the
top
top.
five,
Yes,
easily.
yeah. I was thinking. I'm like they are meant for produce. Like
Hmm.
they would be in those spaces. Like the healthy eat that up. Like
Hmm.
seriously. But in this situation, it's tight.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's like a pressure cooker. That
Hmm.
being said, I see why they gave Fuko the lower score, but also who cares? Like she's been consistent. It's kind of like y'all don't. I feel like she's a part of that like four for me that has to be in.
Me too.
My four is different than your four, I
Hmm.
think. But
Is it?
our four,
Oh no, I think ours is different because I have
you
Jungeun, Jimin, Fuko, and Mai, maybe, I think. Are my top four.
y'all don't throw eggs at me. It's rough because
It
I
is.
feel like Jeemin and Saebi are in looking for the same spot.
I forgot about Saebi. See, this is like, I don't know.
We
I
just
don't know.
it really should be seven. It's making it tough.
Yeah. Like, I feel like it should be eight if they want to go a double center
Oh,
route.
oh yeah. If it was eight, then we would be like, oh yeah.
And in my opinion, I feel like I've got it right. Like, okay, sometimes I've has choreo where one person is blocked in the back, but
Yes.
their general concept in the beginning where they had the double center with Wonyoung and Yujin, I
They,
think more groups should execute it that way.
they did that, and then they're like, all right,
Wait, I know more of
standing in
that.
the back,
Yeah,
Eugene, you stand in the back.
yeah.
And then
But
Wan Young started getting fluent in English, and she started doing her own little
yes,
interviews.
she's an Atlanta girl, apparently.
She's a what?
An Atlanta girl.
When did she go to Atlanta?
Apparently, she was born and raised in Atlanta for like 3 months or something like that.
Bye,
She
bye.
I don't know if it's real. It could be as real as Liz being from Germany. I don't know.
Girl, out of
But her
all places, there is a Korean population in Georgia? Yes. Do I see
hmm
Wan Young a part of that?
yes. No?
Do you, girl? In Atlanta,
Maybe not Atlanta.
bruh. Let's call a spade a spade. I see her in L.A. But let's
I was
stop this
thinking Ellie is
nonsense.
like a really good
There,
LA girl, even the way she speaks English. But
sh-
let's go on to the next stage.
before we start a Wong Young podcast and you start
Yeah.
just frying, we ain't even anyway. Y'all are so silly, so silly. All right, let's go ahead and watch Money.
Money. So the next stage is I forgot to say the Four Walls team was the all-rounder team. So they were the only team singing and dancing,
Right.
kind of. And then this stage is the money stage. So this is the dance unit where it's only dancing. And the members are Mai, Saebi, Jimin, Juwon, and Sujung.
She even would have ate down Island when she was walking. I was like, oh, she would have do like that visual. She would have fit in real nice in that group. That
Mhm.
being said, she was the only person that ate up that intro walk. The rest of them needs to figure out how to walk. They need to
Yeah.
fly in Jay Alexander from America's Next Top Model and show them. Oh, girl from the far left was walking like she was just.
Yes, I was just about to say it was Juwon. Her walk was a little bit like lackluster. And I don't
It
know, like
was
her
like she was
pose was like a little
marching.
bit, yeah.
Like you're not marching in the battle. You like, dum 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 dum. Like I know you got Tim's on, but this is not the
No, I think
place.
a march could have been cute
If everyone was
if
doing that,
not necessarily, but if she made it more like somehow merged the military with a modeling look to it. I don't
she
know,
ain't.
like something.
She was off on that and off on the other. It was weird, and I'm like, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, I don't know if it's just me, but I need y'all all to be on the same foot at the same time.
Yes, and actually, I'm glad you brought that up because on one of the cuts of the live version of the show, one of the producers, like during Sujung's part, the producer was like, "Oh, it's not clean," and I'm just like, "There's no way that she said that on Sujung's part. I promise she said it on like talking about the group being not clean, and then they showed it on Sujung's part because there's no way you're calling her not clean, especially after rewatching this. I'm like, there's no way, there's no way. I think it was for the group, but they cut it to make
Okay,
it seem like, oh, Sujung isn't that good of a dancer. Come on now.
I thought I was being petty with how I felt, but I'm like, this it every part to me matters. The intro was
Mm-hmm.
cute, but if y'all were all giving me like doom, 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 like walking in and then hitting your pose, that would have set the whole stage on another level. And now number
Mm-hmm.
two, they needed to Wadada center the heck out of this song. So as soon as Jimin was finished her walk, hey, dun dun, and then it's Sujun. I
Mm-hmm.
immediately, I don't know. Here's the deal. Yeah, she wanted center and it's a game and it's a survival show, and she wanted to be, she didn't want, old girl to get the center. But let's be real. When Sujun was in her part, she was in her part.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish she was, if she gave me more of a smile and was really enjoying herself, that
Mm-hmm.
would have been the icing on the cake for me.
Well, Sujung was smiling a lot, but I think she tended to smile on not her parts.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what
I
I mean?
noticed that. You know who
Yeah.
else? This is so random. You're not going to know, but okay. I'm going to take it all the way back. Idol School. This girl who was also named Somi, who was also half white, when they did the Red Velvet rookie stage, when she was singing, she looked so scared and everything. But when she was in the back, she was smiling, had living her best life. And I'm like, girl, if you gave me this, you would have made it to round two. Why? And I'm like, what? She don't look like she wants to be here. And then I was watching the show with a friend, and they're like, oh no, she does. She just doesn't know how to translate that when she's
Mm-hmm.
singing. She's over
Mm-hmm.
here. I'm like, can you bring that back? Run it back
Yes.
to when it's your spot. But back to Sujung, yeah, she was giving a lot of energy when it wasn't her part. And you know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's used to being a backup dancer. That's what it
Oh,
is.
I didn't even
Because
think about that, but yes.
when you're a backup dancer, we know this because we have a friend who's a professional dancer. They are trained to live when it's their part. And our friend, she'll tell you, I just came to dance.
Mm-hmm.
Like I came to do my to dance. And
Mm-hmm.
when she's dancing, she comes alive. Now, does it mean she shouldn't be an idol or perform? Because if you're multifaceted, why just do one thing? But when it was her part, I needed her to give me more juice.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, she was a standout to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Yuju got lost in this stage.
Yuju's not on this stage.
She wasn't. Dang,
No.
I done added
You
her
might
in
be thinking
here.
about Juwon, maybe.
Probably Juwon. She was there. Mai was lost in this
Mine
stage.
was a little bit
That's what I'm
lost.
thinking. Where was
Yeah.
Yuju? Where was she at? What was she doing?
Yuju was
Oh,
in the rap stage with
she
Koko.
sure was, man. I didn't add her. You see, this is what happens when you told me this. You're like, I think you stand her. You just don't know you're standing her. I'm looking for her to drop some money.
No,
Okay, child.
no.
You are
Oh,
right. It
that would have
was.
been cute if she was on this stage,
Oh, you know
though.
what I'm thinking? I'm thinking because you're right. She wasn't on the stage. I'm thinking of Juwon. You're so right. But I'm thinking, why weren't you on the dance stage?
Mhm.
She thinks she in my mind she is the best rapper on the show. We're not even talking. I just need to talk about YouTube for a second. She's the best rapper on the show, but I also love to see her dance.
Mhm. Mhm.
She's not getting in, but
You never know. Let's see what happens in the
if she
finale.
gets
Let's
in,
see.
she has to. If she gets in, I rigged it.
How do you feel about Saebi on the stage? Because the I keep calling them masters. The producers said she wasn't good, but in my opinion, I thought she was fine. And I know that they were like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be pretty," and blah blah blah. But to me, I think that she kind of matched Lisa's energy because Lisa is pretty and fierce. So to me, I
Here's what
felt
I
like she
think.
matched that.
This is one of those times where I wish she was on another stage.
Mm-hmm.
It Here's the deal. If we trade out Sarang and put Saebi in four walls,
Mm-hmm.
we'd be having a different conversation.
True.
I again, why do I not feel her? But I know she like Sarang is not my girl, but she hasn't she's been consistent in performance.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is me giving flowers to people who deserve it. She's also been able to transform on each and every stage she's been on.
Mm-hmm.
Again, yes, show your flexibility. I think Teddy wants this group to be my money moves, my money, all that. This isn't, listen, these girls are great, but these aren't your girls. I know you got some real musty girls up in that Black Label basement. These aren't them.
Yeah, we'll see what what he ends up making out of the group because right now we only have two songs to base that off of, you know? And
Also, to be honest, I kind of mess with the final love song, but mainly because that weird skeleton part that
yeah.
I kind of need to see them do it now because
Mhm.
I'm like no one has gotten that part right, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, hey. I think the only person that kind of gave life was Yuju. She kind of ate that part up.
Mhm.
Again, I stand her and I don't stand her. I stand her in my heart.
Mhm.
Anyway, back to the stage. I felt she was lost. Juwon also, again, I don't see a lot of people actually repping Juwon. Like,
It's like she peaked at the beginning of part one
yes,
and then she just
yes.
started going down and down. And
I
I'm
feel
like,
like
what
people
is
were
going
loud.
on?
They were loud about her in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then once, for whatever reason, when Ling Ling left, they were like, they thought she left too.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I mean, it could just be that they now said that it's a six-member group, and so people have their six favorites,
They
and maybe
started to,
Juwon is just not in it, you know?
man, they arena you girl.
Because if it's me, like, oh, when I had my top 12 or something, I think I had Juwon in it, you know?
Yeah,
But now that
yeah.
it's only six, like, It's
it's a different
hard.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm like trying to get comfortable. Here's what I will say though. Um, this is gonna be random. I don't. She's gone. I want to know what's going on with Miss Ballerina. I kind of miss her.
Oh, she
She
might
was.
get recruited Girls Planet too.
Yeah, I want to see her again. I need her.
She needs more training and she'll come back stronger.
I miss her smile. I
Hmm.
miss her energy. She wasn't ready for this, but I did like her.
Yeah.
Is she man, she might be my not to the same level, but my sexy dance of this show.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, this stage wasn't my most favorite stage. I feel like
Hmm.
it didn't start off on the right footing. I'm trying to like get comfortable with this camera. Sorry.
I just
But
feel like if they replaced, maybe if they changed out my
where
and
would you put her?
good question. I think the all-rounder test would have been a good test for Mai, even if she's not an all-rounder to that level. Maybe. I don't know.
Why
But
was it
she's
just three of
never
them
been like a
there?
strong dancer, right? Because they even
Her and
had the
Coco,
dance
her
unit
and Coco are
before.
there for the same reasons.
True.
They're there for the only thing is, yeah, I'm a straight shooter. Mai is a visual down. Like she is giving me not as a vocally inclined
Hmm.
Susie. Like, oh, nope. Also, not as a vocally inclined Sakura.
Hmm.
Like, she's giving me that girl. Like, she will sell your makeup wipes. She will sell your whatever, but she needs to be in a group because that's her impact. She doesn't need to be like a CF model. She needs to be in a group. She's a,
Hmm.
I like her. I wish there's more. She's one of those girls like she's ready for debut, but she needs more training.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we gonna send her out, but we know she's not ready yet, but she ready.
Hmm.
Coco is ready, but it's something I just if she got in, would I be mad? No. But I feel like Maya deserves that spot. Damn, it's hard. Cause I
Yeah.
feel like they all deserve a spot.
Yeah.
But it's like I the impact Maya would have in this debut group to me would be great. Like her teaser pictures, those people that never watch a show, never
Hmm.
watch a show, but they will see her face.
Hmm.
That will sell albums, sell photo cards, sell those light wands, sell all that stuff. That merchandise, again, she's not the center, but she is the it girl.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They lucky I'm not on the show to judge. They cut to me. They're like, what do you think? I'm like, well, yeah, but I don't care.
Dang. Yeah. Let's get to the next stage. I'm gonna eat while
Sorry.
we watch that one.
It's gonna be a mukbang.
The next stage, CL Spicy, which is the rapping stage with Yuju and Koko. So, what are your thoughts?
I want them both in this group now, six is not enough.
Hmm.
But I know why y'all stand Coco. I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at in the comments like, but Coco is your it girl. You just don't realize it. Yes, she is an it girl, but it's important to have that brand ambassador in that group, man. And Maya's gonna just she
Hmm.
she we're already over her stage, but it's just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but in on the stage, Yuju and Coco have just different vibes.
Yeah.
But I like, man, it's rough. They were both really good.
Hmm.
They were both really good. And I feel like we're splitting hairs.
Yep.
It's rough. I cannot say one was better than the other because they were both on different vibes. And even though they were going against each other, they still were teammates, kind of.
Hmm.
And they both
Yeah.
have different dance styles. Like usually, I feel like it's a dancer in my mind where she's like she wants to hit those beats and hit the her musicality is really good. Coco's trying to give you,
Hmm.
slay.
Hmm.
She's very slayful. So I feel when you're just that good, what do you do?
Yeah.
What now?
Sheesh. First of all, I feel like Coco got the better outfit between the two,
Oh yeah,
like way better.
but also her body pulls it. Ah, that's so gross. That's so gross. But she pulls it off because I can see Yuju in that like thing. I mean, should she wear it? Sure, but I I don't feel
I
comfortable. These
think
girls
they
are
could
really
have tried something more for her. At least like Yuju was wearing the black shirt with the like the harness thingy.
right. But
But maybe if the harness, the type of leather was a little bit more like leathery or something, would have stood out more. But it just looked like she was wearing a black shirt on stage.
but also like I thought it fit her too.
True. I'm just glad
So
her hair was down this time because that other
yeah,
stage where her hair was up was kind of a setup.
she swung that bad boy. She
Hmm.
again, what do you do when when they're both good and they're both performing?
I
They're both
think that
performing at their best.
I think that this stage kind of made me realize like even though there are categories like all rounder and vocalist
Mm-hmm.
and dance and rap, it's not about the category you're in. It's about the overall performance at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Because if
Yeah.
it was just judging off of dance, Sujung would have got a higher score. If it was just judging off of rap, in my opinion, I think Ryuju's rap was way better, but the overall performance, they were very similar with Koko being like better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot, but I feel like
Mm-hmm.
the points are equal to me.
Mm-hmm.
To me, of course, I'm not sitting on that sofa in whatever island studio building with all the judges,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I just feel like what now? Like, what do
Mm-hmm.
we do?
Yeah.
I can't say one was like, I can't be like, oh yeah, they messed up that walk. Like the last stage, yes.
This one was, I mean, even at the interim check, this was like they were ready. I mean, they were almost ready to perform compared to the other
Right,
teams.
right. It's rough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Oh,
Mm-mm. On to
I
the
don't
last
know.
stage.
Yeah.
You seem so sad.
Because I don't know, like, it's not
Mm-hmm.
fair for me to be like, oh yeah, but like, if they're both good. And it's rough because like, yeah, we're keying, but this is a long job interview for them. And
Yeah.
like I don't want someone to like, yes, there were girls that were objectively not ready. Nana and Ballerina and all them, and
Mm-hmm.
girl that gave up halfway during Red Velvet. Yes, they were not ready. And that's just what it was. Oh, my dog is barking. But no, sorry. But these girls, can we say they're not ready? Or can we say that we're just being objective on what we want? I don't know. I don't want this is someone's dream and it's unfair for I mean, it's entertainment. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I have to realize that there are things behind the scenes, things that are lined up that these girls might have other opportunities on the table after this. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I just want everyone to win, and it sucks.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Here is If I Was a Boy, performed by Jiyoon and Jungeun, and this song was not a good choice for either of them. And I wish they just sung an Ariana Grande song or something. I think Jiyoon was better than Jungin in this performance because her voice is slightly deeper and Beyonce's voice is slightly deeper, and therefore she was able to fit the song.
The
Also,
singing kind of threw me off because I thought Jiyoon's voice could go even deeper. Because I swear in the other stage, she actually went like a little bit deeper. But I was maybe she sung higher than her normal so that she doesn't clash too much with Jungin.
I think that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
Her voice fit this song, but I
Mm-hmm.
also think this song did not fit her, like
Mm-hmm.
either of them,
Mm-hmm.
like at all. And just from this stage does not equal anything to the debut group because K-pop songs are normally high as heck. Jungin would be a great asset to this group because she sings high as heck. I honestly, I don't care about this stage because this does not show either of them in a good light. There's only one Asian pop vocalist that has any vibrato at all that I know of in this generation, and
Mm-hmm.
she's not even Korean.
The best part of the stage was literally when they did their little harmonizing moment.
That yes,
And
yes.
then everything else was just kind of not, it just wasn't a good song for them to perform.
No, the best part was the harmonizing, and when Jiyoon said, "But you're just a boy," that was it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was good.
That
Yeah.
was it. And honestly, that just because this stage was a flop to me does not mean that they're not good at what they do. It's
Oh,
just the
once I heard the
stage,
harmonizing, I was like, great, you guys. And then they made up too. So now they're besties
right? When
again. I'm
she's
like,
like,
great, y'all both can be in the group now.
right, and now I'm like, I'm over it now. I'm like, y'all can both debut, fight, great. But I'm
Hmm.
like, could y'all have chosen if y'all want an English song? Could y'all have chosen something else?
Yeah.
Like
Give us Bang Bang
Ariana.
again.
No, we don't need that.
You don't want it
But like
again?
an Ariana Grande song, because again, K-pop, they a lot of these vocals, there are not a lot of alto or mezzo sopranos or any like those are very rare for
I think
female
they
vocalists.
really wanted to put Jiyoon and Jungeun together though. So
No,
I don't know if Jiyoon could do Ariana Grande.
well, Jungkook can't do. If it was a Beyonce song, it would have had
Yeah.
to been before she.
They should have tried Countdown.
But they wanted something heartfelt.
True. Yeah, I guess Countdown is too energetic. But that would have been a good song.
You know what? Halo would have been nice because then Jung
Oh,
Ji Yoon could have
yes.
done the low part, and then Jungin could have been like,
Yes.
"Hello,"
Wait,
and then go
yes.
up there. This
Yes, because
song
she does both.
again,
That song is like high and low.
yes,
Yeah,
it's low.
yeah.
The remember how far I've been.
Yes.
Yeah, that yeah, great. They need me to produce these shows because I know what I'm doing. But this song wasn't. It's that. It's one of. It's like, you know what? This era of music was kind of low vibrational to me because around this time, Rihanna was singing "You Look So Dumb Right Now,"
Hmm.
and I'm kind of. I honestly, that whole era was a blur for me. Like, I just. I was so over. I was over this moment of our R&B ladies cutting their hair into short Carrie Hilson like cuts and being upset at men. I needed something else.
Yeah.
I would have preferred Halo. Now that we both discussed it, excuse me,
Yeah.
that would have been better. But just because the stage to me wasn't their best
Oh,
does
I
not
just
mean
imagined
anything.
it because you know that part in Halo when Beyonce is like, Halo, Halo. Like, just
Yep.
imagine the two of them singing.
Or
Oh
when did they
my God.
harmonize on the ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh? Yeah, yeah, I
They
can't
should
do
have
it.
just done Halo.
They should
Halo
have
would have
done
been
Halo. But that
amazing.
song's expensive.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
We just corrected the whole thing. In
Yeah.
alternate universe, they did great on Halo.
Yeah. You know, at the beginning of this episode, when they were trying to sing "If I Were a Boy" at the interim, and they were like
Mm-hmm.
not singing the right words, I was like, "This is so Robbie coded." Like, I don't know the lyrics, so I'm gonna just, uh, boy.
No, wait a minute. If it's Robbie coded, I just changed. I already have lyrics ready to go in any
No, Jiyoon did
situation.
both. She was like jumbling her words, and then she just paused, and all she said was "boy." I'm like, "Oh, this is
No,
yeah."
that's that crunchy Japanese kid that's like, listen, Robbie coded in the sense of I enjoy that. But if it's me, I already have lyrics ready to go. In any
Mm-hmm.
Korean song, at the moment I forget it, there's a lyric. I'm already ready.
Yeah.
I just go
Yep.
again. Flashback to us doing Warada. Look at look at my place. Look at my stage. I'm going to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going to kick, huh? Just my taste. I'm ready. I'm ready. I always have lyrics ready to go. I have a whole English
Mhm.
version of Panorama ready to go. But nevertheless, yes, you're correct. I mean, listen, if you're singing any song that is not in your language and you're doing it, shout out to that because you got to
Oh,
remember how to
absolutely.
pronounce it, and
Yeah.
then you're looking up the lyrics and knowing how to give that emotion. And their pronunciation wasn't that bad at all either.
It
So
was
I
really
mean,
good, actually. It was pretty good.
so I don't know.
I feel like someone's about to be like, actually, June is fluent in English.
I
Because
bet you she
no, it catches
is.
me off guard because Saebi, when they were practicing money, Saebi was like saying the words, or it was one of the songs with English lyrics. She was
Mm-hmm.
saying the words, and I was like, oh, her English is fluent. She's fluent. She's a fluent speaker. And then later they were like, oh yeah, she's fluent in English. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense because the way she was reading the lyrics, there's zero accent.
She's from Atlanta.
Yeah, okay, I guess.
That is the most random. It's just because you know how Atlanta has a vibe.
Yeah,
There are a lot of Koreans from Atlanta, but I just don't see it for
one
One
young.
Young.
I think the best part of this performance was the fact that Mnet is ending the Jiyoon Jungeun drama. We can
because they
finally move on from that.
because they know they need at this point both of them.
Yes, but also the drama is getting boring. It's been going on since like episode 2 of part 1, and we're on episode 10 now. It's boring.
It's done its damage. It is what it is, and it's
Yeah.
like international fans want Jungin, K people want Jiyoon.
I
It
hope they both get in, and I hope when we see them at KCON that they give us Halo. Those two. Hope they perform Halo. Like I want to hear it
something
now.
they can. Are they going to be on the Mnet? I don't understand KCON at this point. It's too many stages and too
Yeah.
many centers and too many.
We'll figure it out when the time
I
comes.
don't even got a ticket right now. We'll
Oh.
figure that mess out. I don't got. They
Yeah.
forget me with 500 and something dollars for a,
Hmm.
and then ain't gonna have no dance stage. It's just gonna be some dance all day, random dance. I'm not feeling it. Hit play Lucky Bell. Anyway, how did you feel about this episode?
Um, I wish, like, okay, in the previous episode, it was cute that the producers put the girls where they want to see them. But I
Mm-hmm.
wish that since this is the last performance that we're getting before the elimination finale, that they let the
Mm-hmm.
girls choose maybe one more time, you know? But oh
I
well, it is what it
I
is.
I'm ready for this show to be done, to be
Yeah,
honest, because this is why I heard about I-LAND with the boys, and I'm like, this sounds complicated. I don't like it.
yeah,
And then they did it with the girls. I'm like, this is complicated. I don't like it. So having lived through it, I'm like, wrap it up, Buster, because I'm done with
yeah,
this nonsense. Bring back, honestly, if this was produced, we would have been like jazzed every episode. We'd be like, yep, and you know what happened with that 55th girl?
yeah, yeah. But
I
we're
just
on the
feel
last 2 episodes now,
yeah, I
so
was we're at the almost at the finish line. It just
yeah,
man, it's just like also with the amount of members, it don't feel like I have enough room to play around.
yeah,
I want to
exactly.
kiki a little bit more. Like I can't sneak in not one crunchy person in this. Like it ain't worth it.
Hmm.
It's not worth it. Now, if it was produced, I'd be like, you know, that one girl that didn't sing no lines, yeah, she needs to be in this group because we need a little bit hee hee ha ha, but not in this group. It's like, what do we do? Like every time I see even one girl that's like, she stepped out of line, her toenail needs to be polished. Now you see now Jungin, all her toenails are polished. Now what we doing? Like it's just the standards are
Yeah,
very different.
yeah.
I can't have a over like
Hmm.
like not in this show.
Yeah,
I hope you guys get it. And there's different standards for different shows.
yeah.
If this was Girls Planet and produced,
I
I'd be
mean,
rooting
different
for some
shows, but
sweet.
also different amount of like group members.
Right.
Like five, 6 member
Yes.
group, you don't have time for a crunchy girl in there. You just
No.
don't. You just don't.
No. But if it's 12 members or
12, 11,
nine,
12, like yeah, nine
yes,
even. Yeah, you can put
throw
one
one
in.
in there.
Yeah.
Yes. To this day, I still feel like Dohoff should have been in Z Zero Base One. I know
Mhm.
his line. His line would have been like da 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 da. That is his line. Whoever sings it, that's not yours. It's not meant for you. It bothers me because he that would have been his only line, and he would have been happy to have been there. Bothers me.
Yeah.
Now, Womati, I don't know, but in another universe, Doha did get in. Man, y'all couldn't let me have one thing. This is not a zero plus one chat,
No.
but y'all couldn't let me have not one
To be
thing.
fair, ZB1, it's a boy group. It was never meant for us in the first place, even though I actually like their music. So I'm kind of a stan for real,
Right, but
but it
I would have
wasn't meant
liked
for
to see
us.
Doha say pop, 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 bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum.
that would have
Like
been cute.
that would have, and he's tall. He would have been awkward in that dance. He would
Yeah.
not know where to pop. He wouldn't know where to pop anything. I
Mhm.
just wanted to see him try. He was happy to have been there. And then after the show, he gives us one winter special album and then he goes on acting. That was what his plan was supposed to be. Y'all couldn't let that fun happen. Y'all are against fun. All right. I've gotten it out of my system now. That's just say, hmm. All right. Anyway, we're going to see the finale, or not the semifinals. It's this week. I don't know who's getting eliminated.
It might be Juwon.
In Sujung,
I don't know about Sujung. I just don't
are they just
know.
letting one girl go?
They're letting go two girls,
I
but
think
I
it's
feel like,
Sujung.
dang.
You have to be real. We have to be real. Juwon, no one's talking about her. Sujung, I feel like they're just going to manipulate Rigoroni and just
Okay, if
be like, let
Sujung
you
gets
go.
eliminated, I'm just glad that she at least was able to
Got
get to part two, you know?
right, right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Because it was
honestly,
really deserved at least to
they're
get
not
this
messing
far.
with her like that. They really aren't.
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like I feel the fans are messing with Yuju enough to keep her around, but
yeah,
I don't. If it isn't Sujung, it is Yuju, and I don't like that idea either.
yeah,
Those are the three I feel are in danger.
yeah.
Everybody else have enough people voting for them where they're gonna. But I
Jeez.
see people talking way more about Yuju,
Yeah.
like way more. And I've been consistently voting for like one that's most likely probably going to get in, one that's like, yeah, she probably going to get in maybe, and one maybe baby.
Hmm.
I haven't been voting for the struggle girls this season. We don't have time. We just don't have time.
Well, they're all gone anyways. None of them made it to part two, so
No, each time once we get to part two, they're new struggle girls, and
true.
they're not struggle in terms of talent. They're struggle in terms of rigoroni, producers, voting.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think that's everything we had to say. So
Yep. Anyway, I hope you guys had fun watching this episode. We're so glad to have been able to come back and do this for you guys and talk about things. Tell us in the comments what you thought of these stages, who stood out, who didn't. Who are you voting for? Who do you think are the like three people that are not safe? And let us know in the comments if you want a girls planet again or produce again, because I think we need that. I think we need to clear our palettes. They need to bring it back to 12 and let us have some time, some fun, because
mhm.
this situation was not fun.
Yeah.
At least Girls Planet, I was suffering, but what a ride! That's all I have to say, guys. We love you guys so much, and until next time, it's the final love song. Do 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 do. Then we got to do the little skeleton. Bye, guys.